Hello everyone, welcome to today's video presentation. In today's presentation, we are going to continue with the starters for DC motor. In the last class, we have seen about the 3-point starter. Now, in this session, we will see about 4-point starter. We have seen the disadvantages that 3-point starter had. In 4-point starter, we have tried to rectify these problems and we see how these problems have been rectified. Now, let's begin. In 4-point starter, from the name itself, like in 3-point starter, we had 3 terminals. In a 4-point starter, we are having 4 terminals. This is a schematic representation for a 4-point starter. Here we have first terminal L, which is connected to the positive terminal of the power source. Next we have terminal N, which is connected to the no volt coil. Third, we have F terminal, which is connected to the field winding. And finally, we have A terminal, which is connected to the armature winding. The circuit diagram of a 4-point starter, it is almost similar to the 3-point starter mechanism, only with few minor changes. The starter handle can be connected to the field winding directly via a brass arc and terminal F. This stimulates a condition where user can use separately excited DC motor or a DC shunt motor without affecting the field winding. From the same brass arc, a part of the current will enter the no volt coil. This was all about the construction for a 4-point starter, where it is different from 3-point starter, remaining the arrangement of the stud, starting resistances, the overload release, electromagnet, all are similar to as that of a 3-point starter. Now we'll see it's now from it is connected to a resistance R. Okay, in this circuit schematic representation, we have an extra terminal N which was not present in our 3-point starter. Now what is that extra terminal doing here is it is connected to a fixed, the terminal N is connected to a fixed resistance R and then exits to the negative terminal of the power source. The rest of the component are similar to that of 3-point starter. Now how it works, when the user switches on the power source, the current will start to flow from the L terminal to the overload release OR. It enters the starter handle which has spring on one side and studs of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and run on the other side. Also, it will come in contact with the brass arc when the starter handle is pushed forward. Again, 3 conditions will arise. The first condition will be when the starter handle is pushed from stud off to on position to stud 1, the current is again distributed into 2 parts. One part will go into the brass arc and then to the no volt coil, which is in series with the resistance R across this N terminal and the field winding F. In the next, another part of the current will be flowing to the resistances R1 to R5 and then it will enter the armature circuit via terminal A. The resistance will limit the armature current IA below the rated current or safe operating current, and rotor will attain some speed which will be initially very low. Next we have the condition 2, that is as the user will start to push our handle from stud 1 to stud 2, the total armature resistance will keep on decreasing. The increase in the armature current which thereby increases the speed of the motor, thus the motor will reach much closer to its rated condition. Finally, the condition 3 comes when the user pushes the handle from stud 5 to the run position. The no volt coil, which is already energized, creates a strong magnetic force against the spring force and attracts a soft piece of iron towards the coil, and the starter handle will remain in its run position. Throughout this process, the field current is not affected at all and remains constant as long as the voltage does not change in the power source. The function of the no-volt coil is here almost similar in various aspects as explained below. During power failure or disruption, the coil gets demagnetized and spring force overcomes the magnetic force and causes the starter handle to pull back by the spring towards the off position. If there is short circuit in the field winding, maximum current will enter the field winding and coil gets demagnetized and switched off automatically. The arrangement of no-volt coil is made in such a way that it does not allow users to use the motor at any position other than run and off. The function of overload release is same as that of it in the 3-point starter mechanism. That is, whenever the armature current in the armature winding exceeds the preset value, the coil will get a strong enough pull to the triangular iron, and this will short circuit the no-volt coil and demagnetize it. This automatically pulls the starter handle to the off position. So this was about the working of our 4-point starter and how its working is different from the 3-point starter. Accordingly, the advantages that our 4-point starter offers over the 3-point starter is the no-volt coil is not affected by the change in the field current. So the user can increase or decrease the field current to control the flux and thereby control the speed of the motor. Another advantage is that this circuit can be used in separately excited DC motor and DC shunt motor without affecting the field current going through the field winding of motor. Obviously, the function of both the starter is to reduce the starting current and to protect the motor from the unstable voltage power source, which it is doing, with some variations in some benefits and limitations that each one is offering. Now, what can be the limitation that it offers? Again, similar to a 3-point starter, we have here a fixed resistance in series with the no-volt coil. There will always be power loss for the operation of the DC motor. Efficiency during the starting phase of the motor is very low due to the use of resistance as it was existing in the case of a 3-point starter also. Just like the 3-point starter, the user here also must keep a track of time for effective starting of the motor. So these were the two main starters that we make use for starting of DC motors. They are having their own certain limitations and problems. With time, to improve their quality, in nowadays semiconductor based or relay based switches are used for starting of DC motors, which have in a long way improved the condition or has enhanced the problems that these 3-point and 4-point starters have been creating in the starting of a DC motor. But still, these are the two main starters that we generally use for starting of a DC motor. So that was all about the 4-point starter. Thank you.